So before we begin, I'm required to tell you that this interview is being tape recorded and may be given in evidence if your case is brought to trial. For the tape, the date is Tuesday the 1st of October 2019, and by my watch it's 16:42 p.m. I'm Detective Inspector Thomas Wilson. Also present is Detective Sergeant Eleanor Dawson. Callum, could you state your full name and date of birth for the tape?
Callum Michael Bailey, 11th of April 1992.
And do you agree that there are no other persons present in this interview?
Yes.
Mr. Bailey has refused the option of having a solicitor or legal advisor present in this interview. Could you tell us why that is, please, Callum?
Well, I figured the police already do a good enough job of twisting my words, so why waste anyone else's time?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, come on. Let's not pretend that we don't all know the real reason why you brought me in today. So, what did you do? Did you just search local rapists in my area on Google?
All right, so you admit to the previous charge of rape, do you?
Doesn't matter, does it? No one cares about what I think about or how... Or no. Nah. All they care about is who can play the game the best. Who can make the most cash out of putting the big bad rapists into prison. At the end of the day, I just wear the badge the jury gave me.
Well, they obviously think that you were guilty.
Yeah, well, the jury get things wrong, don't they? People get things wrong. Anyway, I don't see what any of this has to do with this girl. I mean, you don't even know what happened to her because you haven't even found her yet. You have no right to drag me in here and waste everyone's time by digging up stuff that has nothing to do with this.
No, we don't have the right to make false accusations, but we do have the right and the instructions to follow procedure by eliminating any potential suspects, and if you insist on remaining uncooperative, we will be forced to make an arrest. Now, I think you'll be delighted to hear, Callum, that previous charges are not the reason we brought you in today.
Oh, really? What is it?
Well, we found some things that are pretty interesting and quite amazing, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we took a look at some local CCTV from the 27th of September, and at 10:30 p.m. it shows you walking down Fen Avenue. Looks like you were heading in the direction of the park. Now, this has caused us to come up with three theories, Callum. The first one is that your long-lost twin has come to pay you a visit. The second one is that you have mastered an art of being in two places at once.
What the hell are you on?
Or you were lying to us.
When we spoke to you yesterday to make an official statement regarding your whereabouts on the 27th, you told us that you were at the Horseshoe Inn down Chalk Road all evening.
Ah, well, I probably got my days mixed up. I was a bit worse for wear over the past few days of the week.
Heavy drinking, was it?
Not heavy, just a few more than usual, that's all.
Doesn't seem like you were having a good time of it.
Suppose not.
Did something happen to trigger the drinking, perhaps? Feeling guilty about something?
Wow. You're completely convinced that I've got something to do with this, don't you?
We're not convinced of anything, but we're inclined to believe that this sudden change of behaviour that you yourself described happened for a reason.
Not everything happens for a reason, though, does it?
Well, Ella Ashby disappeared for a reason, and right now our job is to find out that reason and who is responsible for whatever has happened to her. I know you think that we're singling you out for no apparent reason, but we are just following a line of inquiry and evidence. So, where did you go to drink? Did you stay at the Horseshoes?
Yeah.
What day did you stay the night?
Wednesday, I think. And went back to my mum's place on Thursday.
Was anyone with you?
No. Just me, myself.
So if we were to pay the landlord a visit, do you think he'd remember you?
I don't know. Maybe. I wasn't too busy.
We'll pay him a visit to see if the story checks out.
Do whatever you want.
Oh, we will. Why were you spending a night away from home, Callum?
Just wanted some space, I guess. Look, it's not really that important. Just felt a bit crowded is all.
Well, something that I find quite important is knowing what you were up to on the 27th when you obviously weren't home again. So, could you tell us what you were up to?
Doesn't matter.
We'll be the judges of what does and doesn't matter. Answer the question.
No comment.
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry. No comment, sir.
Enough sarcasm, Mr. Bailey.
We'll ask you one more time, Callum. What were you doing when you were seen walking down Fen Road on the 27th of September?
And I'll answer you one more time. No comment.
Look, we're giving you a chance here, Callum. A chance to give us an innocent explanation as to what you were doing on the night that you said you were somewhere else, and the same night that a young woman went missing.
I already told you. I just got mixed up.
And for a man who clearly has his frustrations when it comes to being questioned and consider himself a victim of false accusations, I'm surprised to see you're not jumping at your seat for the chance to clear your name.
I am a victim of false accusations. You know, you give me all this shit about not being interested in previous charges and only following where the evidence leads you, but could you honestly tell me that you would have brought me in if my record was clean?
We're not going to do this with you, Callum.
I bet that you haven't even spoken or suspected that a woman could have been involved in this, or thought about maybe that she's just gone and got shit-faced in some club somewhere. You like to think that you're above everyone else and that you see the world differently, but you're really just the same. You hear that a pretty girl in a short skirt has gone missing and you'll always jump to the same conclusion.
Callum, if I were in your position and felt the same way you did, I'd tell the police everything to prove otherwise. I just would. Whether it was to clear my name or just to prove them wrong. I would tell them everything I could remember to make them know that they have the wrong man.
So, why aren't you doing that? Why can't you give us an explanation of where you were the night she went missing?
For God's sake, I've never even met the girl. Why would I be interested in snatching her or whatever the fuck you think happened?
Well, you clearly have your frustrations with your home life. And you've clearly not had a great history when it comes to dealing with that anger. Maybe you drink to hurt yourself. Maybe you want to hurt others.
This is fucking stupid.
Well, if you insist on remaining uncooperative, then I'll have to insist on doing this. Callum Bailey, I'm arresting you on suspicion of the abduction of Ella Ashby. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned, something which you may to rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
Fuck you.